When the news broke that Michael Oher, former NFL player and the man whose life story inspired the movie The Blind Side, the guy who was struggling in high school, got taken in by the Tuohy family, and then went on to not only go to Ole Miss, but also be drafted in the first round of the NFL. When it was announced that he was suing that said family because he said they lied to him for financial gain, that he thought he was adopted, but it was actually a conservatorship that he wasn't aware of until just recently, a lot of people were speculating about what this means. Of course, if these things were all true, if they really misled this kid, that would have been awful. But at the same time, like I myself said here in that first video, and the rest of people around the world said, how did you not know about this until recently? That's something that didn't quite make sense. Well, then the Tuohy family responded. They denied everything and, in fact, provided a lot of evidence that Michael Oher knew all about this conservatorship and exactly how it worked. Now we have some more pretty damning evidence to show that Michael Oher, whatever he's trying to do right now, he's not being very genuine about it. Michael Oher was aware the Tuohys were conservators, and he wrote about it in his 2011 book. He wrote a book in 2011 about The Blind Side and about his life and all this shit. And he said 3 separate times in that same book that he was perfectly aware that they were his conservators because of his age, that they needed to be conservatives for him to get into Ole Miss, for the NCAA to allow it, all of this shit. He knew about it. So that certainly doesn't look good for Michael Oher, but the real question is, did they maybe abuse that conservatorship for financial gain? We're now getting word from someone who knows both Michael Oher and the Tuohy family pretty well. The guy who wrote The Blind Side, the guy who took all these stories and wrote the original book that then got picked up to become a movie. He is now speaking out. Blind Side author Michael Lewis feels sad for Michael Oher, says the Tuohy family showered him with love. The author says Michael Oher should join the writer's strike, insisting that the money he's looking for is not in the Tuohy's pockets. The Blind Side author Michael Lewis spoke out in support of the Tuohy family amid a new controversy over their relationship with football star Michael Oher, and said the family did not make millions of dollars from the movie inspired by his best-selling book. That's the entire allegation, right? That they made millions of dollars because they took all of his money from The Blind Side that he should have gotten. According to the family and the other person that was a part of this deal, the guy who wrote the book, the author of the book, he says now that that is not the case at all. In an interview published on Wednesday by the Washington Post, Lewis denied that he or members of the Tuohy family saw a major profit from the film adaptation of Oher's life story. Everyone should be mad at the Hollywood studio system. Michael Oher should join the writer's strike. It's outrageous how Hollywood accounting works, but the money is not in the Tuohy's pockets. Essentially, what you're talking about is around $200,000 that was split between the author and then the family for the pickup for the rights to the movie. And then when you look at the proceeds, you're looking at somewhere around $500,000 that got split between the author and the entire family. So obviously that's not nothing. That's a decent chunk of change. But according to the author himself, Michael Oher refused his royalties. He wasn't interested in it. And the Tuohy family put it in a trust for Michael Oher's son. So all of a sudden, the story is starting to fall apart a little bit for Michael Oher. Again, who knows what? Right? With the family's going to come out and say whatever they can to defend themselves. Michael Oher's going to say whatever he can to defend himself, obviously. The author, who knows Michael Oher really well, says that he feels sad that he's turned on his family in this way. He's doing a shakedown to get money when that money simply doesn't exist. But now you have as close to a neutral party as you can that's pretty aware of everything going on, saying that no, he's not in the right here. All this stuff looked really bad when it first came out, as things usually do, but once we're starting to hear the other side of the story, it certainly looks, between the $15 million shakedown that Michael Oher's lawyers attempted to do before they filed these legal claims, to now all these holes in the story, the same claims that are in the legal case now that he was aware of in 2011, despite saying that he didn't know about it until February of this year. Things are starting to look really sketchy for Michael Oher. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.